I don't get mad when the children are being brats because I'm also a brat. I think it's hilarious. I'll say a fact about history, and then the child will say, "Oh, well, what do you know? Were you there?" And then I'm all, I love a comedian. He's a clown, and he thinks I'm his new professor. And I'm like, you know what, Shaw, aren't I as sexy as uh Mobius? Yes, I am. My new name is Old Man. I'm such an old man. I'm a protege. Let's pretend that I'm 39. Aren't I as sexy as John Green himself? Yes, I am. Therefore, well, hello, child. Fun science, fun science, fun science. It's a science of fun. You are a child, and you're a protege, and you're a smart aleck. I like your style. My new name is Duro Pena. I am your senpai. You are my kohai. Listen to your elders, huh? I'm totally 39 years old. Actually, I'm 58. I'm so 58 and I'm feeling 58 because I'm a protege. Therefore, I skipped a grade. I skipped several decades. I'm totally time traveling. And aren't I as handsome as Aiden Gallagher himself? Yes, I am. My new name is number 5. I'll be your high five, low five number L. Listen to the prophet. Everybody with a freaking brain can understand the goat, boat, moat, rhymezone.com. I am your elder. So would you sit your little tushy down on the big bouncing inflatable green ball and let's pretend that we're totally exercising. Dun 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 dun. I'm exercising all day, every day. I'm totally one of those gym rats that is obsessed with leg day and arm day, and I'm getting ripped. And you can get ripped too. You can be as handsome as me. But you gotta listen to the history because I love the epic rap battle of history. And I'm all of the water. This is water. Listen here, children. If you see me drinking from a water bottle, then it's obviously water that I am drinking. And all the water is drinkable except for the drinkable that is not drinkable because Tammy you will not let you. For some reason, the people in this city have no respect for TAMU. They treat it as if it is a community college because it is. I mean, what? I mean, technically, there's the Laredo Community College, and then there's TAMU. What do you want? What do you want in life? And they smirk at the TAMU magazine as if it's trash. I'm all, hey, the children worked hard on this magazine. Support our children, support our youth, support the journalism. Why won't you read the student magazine? And they're like, I'd rather read the Laredo Morning Times that was written by the grown-ups. And I'm all, well, ¿por qué no los dos? I'm reading the Laredo Morning Times and I'm reading the TAMU magazine, which they gave a weird name, something about triangles. I don't speak shapes. Do I look like I got straight A's in mathematics? I'm not a mathematician. Geometry, I totally flunked that class. What? Who told you that I got 100s in my geometry class? They were obviously lying. Don't listen to the Jabalina. If he tells you that he is a witness to this protege, you tell him that Duro said that he was wrong and that I flunked out of geometry. Yes, I did. Why would I want to get straight A's? I never have I ever. Anyway, the top 15%, I was not in the top 15 percentile. Number, I was obviously in the middle, not in the 15 top 15. No, who told you that? Was it Tarver? Don't listen to him. Just because I dated him for 4.5 years, therefore he's the expert, and I totally graduated in the top 15% with a green tassel after volunteering at the Laredo Public Library for over 100 hours. What? Why would I do such a thing? Do I look like a square? No, 9. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's not as if anyone actually reads my resume. The robots are reading the resume. The robots. They don't give a damn that I had an excellent GPA and I was totally in the top 15% and I was a protege, skipping math classes left and right and already done with all my math classes by the time I got to college because I already took my college level mathematics before I even attended the university. Uh, Nobody cares about that because this is America. Work hard and then you will reap the rewards. Nombre. Getting all A's is useless and worthless. I learned that the hard way, kid. Don't be like me and skip math grades. It's useless. Don't be like me. It's statistics. It's statistics. I'm going to take this advanced statistics psychology class. Sure, I'm an 18-year-old freshman in my first semester of college, but I'm totally qualified for this advanced statistics of psychology class. And then the professor told me that I was not qualified because I needed to take intro to psychology. And then I told him that I already took intro to psychology in high school. And then he said that my high school intro to psychology class was not equivalent to the university intro to psychology class and that it did not qualify. And I was like, Nambre, I'm a genius and a protege. And he was like, no, like, it's not allowed. And then I told him, well, then why did the computer allow me to enroll? And he was all, they should not have allowed you into this class. Everyone else in this class is a senior, and you are an 18-year-old freshman. And I was all, but I'm a genius and a protege. And he did not believe in my genius. So he was all, you cannot take this class. Go take intro to psychology. But I didn't want to take intro to psychology. The thing is, I took intro to philosophy and it was the most boring, useless class I had ever experienced, telling me a bunch of stuff that I already knew. So then I was all, forget this class. I mean, obviously, I still took the class because I'd already enrolled, and I got a 100 or whatever because it was ridiculously easy. And the professor would just play Fiddler on the Roof and be like, whoa, look, Fiddler on the Roof. And I was all, I saw Fiddler on the Roof, the musical, live and in person at the San Antonio Theater with my mother and her boyfriend, the huge muscle, whatever the frick that she was dating. He was huge and bald and really ripped and muscular. I don't know if my kid brother even remembers that dude. And not the muscular dude that was always doing the pull-ups, the other muscular dude. My mother dated a lot of muscular dudes. Anyway, the one that took us to see Fiddler on the Roof. Uh, I saw that a long time ago, and I still remember it. And now you're showing me the movie adaptation. The live musical was obviously better. Not to be a theater snob, but I'm a theater snob. Would you look at me? I'm chiflada. I am entitled. Yes, I am. I'm an entitled millennial because I was totally raised with a good family. The family business is booming because I'm a Dayano. I mean, well, I'm not a Dayano. I'm a De Leon, De Lune, Dayano, Delgado. I'm one of the Duro bags in the streets of Laredo. Uh, I'm totally a big fish in a small pond. And our pond is awfully small, but I'm a big fish, yes I am. Anyway, I was all, you're just gonna show us Fiddler on the Roof and that's our education? You're a lazy professor. But I guess the rest of these morons have never seen the musical live and in theaters. At the San Antonio Theater, for musicals live with actual actors up on the stage and you can actually look at them. I don't know, there's just something about actually watching a singer live perform Fiddler on the Roof. I loved it. And I was like, you know what? Whatever your name is, you're my new favorite stepdaddy. Yes, you are. You're better than that other guy because that other guy did not take us to see Fiddler on the Roof. We were living in Laredo, but obviously, whenever we wanted to be posh, we would travel to San Antonio or Austin or Washington, D.C. or Branson, Missouri, or a cruise across the sea. And we're totally in Mexico. And now where are we now? And now we're in Canada and we're on the horse-drawn carriage and it's snowing so freaking much. And that horse is huge. You know, those really posh, giant horses. And it's practically wearing the boots with the fur because the horse ankles have the fur. My family was posh. We were so freaking posh. And so when we're in Branson, Missouri, we're going to get on that freaking stupid boat that looks like a duck. And when we're on the Riverwalk, we're totally getting on the river raft. And then when we're at church camp, now we're at church camp by the lake. And we're going to get in this canoe. And we're going to, hey, Delegado, you want to go canoeing with me? And Delegado said yes. But Delgado also said, I'm not good at swimming. I was all, if you fall in the water, I'll catch you. I mean, I'll totally jump in after you and I will rescue you. You don't have to be afraid. I'm a good swimmer. I'm a mermaid. My dad's house, we've got a pool. My mom's house, we've also got a pool. I've got two pools. That's why I'm such a good swimmer. Yeah, my daddy's house, they got a pool. My mommy's house, they got a pool. Gerardo's house, they got a pool. Everybody's house, we all got a pool because we're the Dayanos. And Mr. Banks, he's such a good banker. And my RN, Diana Dayano, she is a registered nurse. She's the worst. Happy Mother's Day, Diana D. Diana D. That's not her real name, though. Her real name is Patricia Rodriguez. Patricia Rodriguez changed her name. And then she gained some fame because she married that banker, yeah. Everything changed on December 1st, 2001. On December 1st, 2001, he broke her finger and she was all, and he was like, and then, and then by January, they were divorced. It only took 1 month to do the paperwork and they were divorced. And she was all, we are never, ever, 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 ever getting back together. How dare you break my finger? And then he was all, well, obviously she was cheating on me because she found a new boyfriend way too quickly. And I was all, uh-huh. And her milkshake brought all the boys to the yard and they were really tall. And it upset my dad because they were really tall. And my dad is a small lad. He's 5'4". But all these new guys, they were really tall. And this guy, he is a gym rat. And that guy, he's also a gym rat. And that guy is a doctor, yeah. And that guy, his name is Pakistan because she met him online. And that guy, he's such a lime. I don't know if my kid brother even remembers, but my mother used to be attractive back in the day. She was so gosh darn attractive. Yes, she was. And her milkshake brought all the boys to the yard. But then, when we were older, she was totally asexual and she was a voluntarily celibate. And it was totally her choice and we got to respect her choice. And then I was doing my own. My milkshake is also bringing the boys to the yard and he is from up north and he is chocolate and he is a redhead and he is Yuki Nakamura and he's a surfer bro and he is Jose, and he is Brian, and he is Esteban. And my mother, I was going on dates, and my mother, she said, they only want one thing. And then I said, yeah, they are thirsty. They're so thirsty. And they're like, where's the rum? Where is the rum? And they're like, oh. And I'm like, oh, well, my mother is cock blocking us. And they were like, what? I was like, now I have a curfew. And she doesn't want me to go out past this time. And so, sorry, I have a curfew. But the thing is, my mother, she was all, they don't like you for your personality. They don't want to get to know you. They're not going to marry you. They only want one thing. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to get married. I also don't care about his personality. You think I give a good goddamn about Jose's personality? Well, actually, I liked Jose. He was nice. And he took me to see Spider-Man. I do care about his personality. But you think I give a damn about Nakamura's personality? Obviously not. Nakamura is a dumbass. He's a surfer. But it's fun to hang out with him and his friends at the karaoke bar. So I don't give a damn that he's a dumbass. Because he's a sexy dumbass. And Jose, he's not as attractive as Nakamura, but he's a bear, and I love the bears. And he took me to see Spider Man. And then we went to his house and we cuddled. And then he took me to get those icy raspas, slurpy slushies, and it had vodka in it. And I was all, you don't have to buy me a slushie, but he bought it anyway. And he's a bear, and he's cuddly. He's so cuddly. I love the bears. And then I ended up breaking up with Nakamura, and I was like, I'm gonna stick with Jose. He's nicer, and he's a bear. I like the bears. And then my mother, she was all, they only want one thing. And I was like, yeah, he wants to cuddle. Yes, he does. And then my mother, she was frightened. She was so scared. She thought I was gonna get prego, and I was like, I know how to use a condom. You did not teach me how, but Lacey Green taught me how. So I'm covered. And would you look at that? To this day, I'm 29 years old and I have successfully avoided the pregnancy. Here, let us raise a glass of agua to the fact that I survived my childhood and my adolescence and my college years and my time in California without getting pregnant.